So I've read the first 100 pages of Playground, which is the latest novel by Richard Powers. He has been a favorite author of mine in my 20s and my 30s and 40s, certainly. He was the guy. And I've been reading him a long time, ever since I discovered the Goldbug variations in a used bookstore at the age of 19 or so. And I was blown away by it. And then I just have read everything this guy has written. Finally, he started having some hits and people came around to him. He just kept writing and kept writing and kept writing. And every single book represented an intense intellectual journey with elements of emotion attached to it. It was the perfect fusion of emotional intensity and intellectual questions. But I did not like this guy's last book, Bewilderment. For the first time, I hated a Richard Powers book. I was shocked. And with this book, it's good, but it doesn't grab me in the way that he once did. And I'm wondering, did I change? Did he change? What happened here? Why is there this disconnect? I mean, literally, Pub Date would drop. The minute I had the fucking book, I would wolf it down in like a day. Even The Time of Our Singing, which is a long-ass motherfucking book and a deeply underrated book in his oeuvre. But I'm nowhere near where he is anymore. And I'm not sure why. There are some authors that you sometimes fall out with, or you, just like relationships, you go your own separate ways. I mean, part of this may very well be the pandemic, because there's this massive expanse of before the pandemic and after the pandemic. And Richard Powers, before the pandemic, was very important to me, but after the pandemic, not so much. Not so much. And I'm wondering what the fuck's going on. I'm wondering why I just can't connect to this book and be completely locked like a fucking mind meld like I have in the past. I said, again, it's a good, solid, interesting book, but it's not, boom, hitting me right here, hitting me right here. And I'd like to say that the failing is mine, but maybe it's just time to move on. Maybe that's all it is. Maybe I had a good run with Richard Powers, and I'll still read him, but he just doesn't speak to me. I mean, I'm reading Buddenbrooks right now. That is completely grabbing me. Everything about it is just beautiful and felt. It grabs my heart and my head. That's the genius of Thomas Mann. And I do think Richard Powers is a genius. But something is amiss with this book, and I'm not sure if it's even Richard Powers' fault. I'm not sure if it's even my fault. I'm not sure if this is just me growing up or just my priorities have completely changed. It's very possible that my priorities have completely changed, that I am more interested in people than systemic branches of knowledge, that I'm more concerned with the marginalized voices, the voices we don't hear about. And when I first read Richard Powers, I didn't know that there were people like him out there, people who I was, a very intellectually hungry kid who just wanted more. I mean, I'm still extremely voracious. I mean, look at that. The number of books I've read in September, largely because I was sick, is just insane. But maybe there are some authors, just like friends, just like lovers, who we just kind of have to step away from or just appreciate in a different way. And maybe that's what has happened with Richard Powers.